listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Being Human After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Being Human After
Oh yeah! Welcome back everybody to another amazing AFTERBUZZ TV after show for your favorite show, Being Human, and we're on season 4, episode 4, The Panic Womb!
Get it? Get it?
Not room, panic womb!
Clever.
It's like some cute little kid has like a speech impediment. I am your host, Shano, and I'm joined here by my awesome and lovely co-hosts.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Laura.
And we're going to be talking about Aiden tells Kat his secret.
Guess what? He's a vampire.
No way!
What?
I can't believe it.
Since when?
Sally visits Lil Smokie, and Wolf Baby's born. Who could have saw this coming from the previous episodes? Not me. And Susanna's motives are revealed to us. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about Aiden telling Kat his secret. So, as we like to do here, we jump into the parts at the end and we work our way backwards. So, Aiden, pretty much like this whole episode, Aiden's he's been uneasy around Kat. You know, the previous episodes we've seen that he's very much falling more and more in love with her. At the very end, he decides the only way that he can really continue to have his thing with her in a good, solid relationship is he has to tell her the truth. He can't lie, you know? There's like all these lies get Aiden in trouble. So he sits down with her. He tries to explain it to her slowly. And what does she do, guys?
She laughs at
I
him.
loved it. Oh my god, that was such a funny little scene.
It's like the most genuine reaction, I think. Like if somebody told you he was a vampire for 200 years, I mean, I think I would laugh.
Seriously.
Yeah, right?
I agree. I would
think
be
he's
like,
nuts.
what? Okay.
I was feeling like she would do something like, Aiden, are you crazy? But she straight up laughed, and you got to see her big tongue like all the way down to the floor of her mouth. It was so hilarious, just the way she did
And
it.
I feel like they've always had this kind of relationship where they're so silly with each other, always laughing, joking around. So she's just kind of like, okay, Aiden, really, ha 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 ha. Well, now what? You know?
Yeah, tell me the truth.
Yeah. So I straight up, the whole time I was like, when we were watching it together, guys, I was just like, dude, just show her your eyes, show her your teeth. But that would probably be too much for her. He's probably going to scare the hell out of her next time when he does do that. That's the only way he's going to convince her, right?
Yeah.
He tried to like wean her in, but I think he needs to be somewhere in the middle because he was taking too long, but he doesn't want to like scare her.
Yeah.
He just got to like be like, hey, listen, 200
just
years
has to
old,
tell her.
vampire.
Yeah.
Don't get scared, but rawr.
And here you go.
Big ol' eyes.
No, but I feel like it's kind of like the talk, like the birds and the bees when you're explaining to a kid almost, because he has hundreds of years, like almost 300 years of experience being a vampire, and he can't just straight up tell anybody, you know? It's gotta be, okay, well, this is gonna sound kind of silly, but here it is, the penis and the vagina, the vampires and the werewolves, you know? He's got to explain it like a little like story, and obviously she's gonna laugh about it. It's like she's being, from his perspective, she's probably like really immature, like, okay, yes, I know you're gonna act like this, blah 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 blah.
But Aiden's so funny. I feel like this is his character. He's so serious. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to tell you something. Like, this is what's going on. Like, he takes life so seriously. Like, you know, I feel it, and I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. But I mean, in this case, he has to just tell her, you know. And I don't know. I've never really seen Aiden this way before. He seems really to be into her.
Yeah, he said he's never felt this way in like centuries, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
And then there was also a scene when he's with Susanna, and remember, I don't know, like, I don't know if you guys remember that part where he's just kind of like, well, I loved you before,
Loved.
you know? He's kind of letting her know, like, you know,
Oh, I
you're
think she
from-
knows though. She's like,
But
whatever.
it's weird. I don't know. For me, all this time I thought, oh, you know, he always talks about his wife and always like brings her up and like remembers her. But for some reason, now that she's, you know, coming back, he's kind of like, okay, well, what are you doing here? You know, why are you here? Like, I'm living my life. I'm doing my thing.
I think like centuries as a vampire kind of changes a person, changes his idea of her. Like, wow, like she's not the innocent wife as she once was. She's this crazy like
vampire.
We did get to see a lot of Aiden talking about different things, like being more. I think he was really mature this episode. I did like, kind of going off the topic of him and Kat, but there were some times where it felt like he was inexperienced in some ways. It felt like he was torn and conflicted, especially when Susanna ended up telling him like, oh, you should just break up with her now, you know, don't even waste your time. But I think he has a really valid point, like just spending those couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years of like what he views as a normal human life. I think that's really important, and that's something that he wants to do. It's almost like an addict, you know, like, hey man, like I went 15 days or 15 months without having a drink, you know, and that's really important for him, I feel. And he was able to be like a big brother with his conversation with Sally. Did you guys, wasn't that a really good conversation?
it's really siblingy. I
Yes.
got that, yeah.
But I also, you know, going back to Susanna really quick, I feel like she kind of has something up her sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
Yeah.
her later though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there's something
But yeah.
going on with her. But hey, you know what? Hey, let's just go ahead and let's talk about her
Yeah.
right now.
Alright,
Let's
cool.
jump to the
We're doing
end.
this. We're doing this.
Okay, so Susanna, she okay. There are some things I wrote down about her going from city to city. She said, "This is what I do. I kill vampires." Okay, so how long has she been killing vampires? At herself being a vampire, she said, "Oh, I only do exactly 70 milliliters a day. That's exactly how much I do."
It's one heartbeat too. That's it. So it doesn't kill a person.
Yeah.
It's what,
Yeah.
That's what Aiden
I
said.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But he was like, how do you survive? How do you do? You can't. She views herself as being perfect, I feel. She thinks that she is infallible and no one can sully her in any way. And how many cities has she gone to killing all these vampires? How many cities has she cleansed, and for how long?
I don't think she feels perfect. I think she feels like this is her duty. You ruined my life, I'm gonna get back at all of you. I don't care. Look at what she hates. What she is. I think. I don't think she thinks she's perfect. I think she hates what she is, and she's like I kind of like her because she's very honest, and she's like, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't care if they're innocent. Look at what they are. Which it's kind of a catch-22 because I could see why you want to kill vampires, but there's some of them that are like they're like you. They didn't want to be a vampire.
Yeah, and they're just living day to day.
Yeah.
And how about this? It's not so much that she's perfect. She's like representing herself as like, I know how to control myself.
Yeah.
I can do this. And when she's alone, oh yeah, she definitely whips herself. And she's kind of like some priests of like the Catholic Church, you know, when they feel like impure thoughts are like hitting themselves with a ruler or some kind of stick or something, like they're
could see
flogging
her-
themselves.
But I could see her being very, I don't know, turning this whole thing into like controlling, being, like she's doing it to, you know, because she's so angry of like her situation and she's trying to kill all these vampires. But what if she's turning it to like taking over the whole like vampire industry kind of thing? I don't know. Like I think she's gonna like that power. And even now, like with Aiden, telling him like, oh, you know, you shouldn't be with her. What if he's not? She's jealous of Aiden being with what is it, Kat?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I think she hates them too much to control them. That's why she just wants to get rid of them. She even called the vampires of the blood dens like junkies and weak-willed bottom
That's right.
feeders.
She
Like
did
she
do that.
hates them. I think she just told him to get like, if you love Kat, don't
Leave
be with
her.
her because what's gonna happen? You can't.
Have
You're
an
gonna live
actual
your whole
relationship.
life, and she's gonna die eventually unless
Yeah.
you turn her, or she dies, you know, or she
Yeah.
wants to be turned. That's what
Yeah.
she said.
You know, I'm actually reminded right now of one of my favorite anime called Death Note. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's a really good anime. It came out like 2005, 2007, something like that. But there's the main character in it. He gets this book and he uses it to kill people that he labels as bad, and he doesn't want in his future impure society, and he's gonna be like the god of this new society. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill all the bad people. All of them are gonna be gone." All right, and one of the other characters answers him and says, "Oh, okay. Well, if you killed all the bad people, wouldn't that be that you're the only bad person left? So you should kill yourself, maybe." So that's I feel like that's kind of on the same wavelength as Susanna right now, because she wants to kill all the vampires. She wants to take everybody out, but she's a vampire too. It's completely contrary to what her nature is. Like, why is she doing this? You know, it's kind of illogical in a way.
I don't know. She's kind of like Blade, though, if you want to look at it like that. Because isn't he kind of a vampire? And he kills vampires?
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of like Blade.
Yeah.
Looking at that one.
I like that one
I just
too.
thought of that now because you said Death Note.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And Blade, and he has to drink too.
Yeah.
And he tries to like make a serum so he doesn't have to drink. But he ends up having to drink sometimes to get like that ultimate strength when he's like down and down for the count. Yeah, but I think there's still more to her. We're just barely scraping the surface.
She's coming back, definitely, I think, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
just, I don't know. I've seen, like, it was so easy to see that scene for me, like, her telling Aiden what to do and Aiden following what she says. And then Aiden comes and tells her, remember after he spoke to Kenny, Aiden was telling Susanna, like, you should leave.
Yeah.
And then she ends up leaving. It's so easy. It's too easy. What's going on?
Yeah,
What's
I don't
really
know the
going on?
plan with him,
Yeah.
like, because he told Kenny he knows who the woman is, and he told her to leave. So I don't know, maybe he's on Kenny's side trying to get rid of her, or maybe he wants to give her a chance to
Yeah.
leave. Either way, I don't think she's leaving.
I know.
It
was too easy.
Speaking of Kenny, I didn't think that Kenny would be actually very sparsely placed throughout this episode. I felt like he was gonna play a bigger part, you know? And he was just there like so briefly in the beginning, and just that little segment towards the middle / the end where Aiden goes up to him. And we still don't know what's going on because Aiden went to him and said, "Hey, I know who's doing this." And then right after that, there's that big ellipse because of the commercial.
Yeah.
He goes over to Susanna and he tells her,
Yeah,
"Hey."
that scene was super fast. You were kind of like, what happened?
Yeah, it was actually very, very vague and unclear. What
Yeah.
do you guys think transpired there?
I don't know. I was so confused by it. I didn't understand why Aiden went over to Susanne's and told her to leave.
I think he's doing something with Kenny, maybe, but I feel like he's not that bad of a person, Aiden, though, so I don't think he wants to kill Susanna, so he's giving her a chance to leave.
Or Kenny could be playing Aiden in a way and kind of manipulating, like, okay, I'm going to put the piece over here and I'm going to make Aiden go tell Susanne to leave because she needs to or she's going to get attacked, and playing his little game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, what about this? I just had an epiphany right now. We know that Kenny can compel other vampires. He was in Aiden's room without Aiden knowing. What if he was compelling him, like when he was kind of half asleep, to reveal to him any information he had about this vampire hunter? Because he kind of had a feeling he knew, right? So it's possible that Aiden could have been compelled to give up information on Susanna, but then once he gave it up, he like walks away. He doesn't remember what he did. So he goes to Susanna,
Right.
and he says, "Hey, like I want you to get out of here." But I think Kelly, you made a really good point when we were like watching the episode. You said something about, wait, but that's his wife, but then that's his son.
Like, who would you choose, your wife or your son? But it is his ex-wife, because she blatantly said last episode, you know, I don't care who we were in the past life. So it's difficult to choose, like, I don't know.
But then now Kenny has a lot of power. I mean, coming into the house without getting an invitation, that's going to be messy.
That's
Being
because,
able to get in.
yeah, because he was born there, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but that's what he says, and I don't believe
It's
it.
weird, right? Yeah.
I just don't think, because it's still not his house, even though he was born there. You know, it's just I can't I can't bring myself to believe that, you know, because I feel like he's manipulating a lot of people, and the whole reason this episode was probably cut around him is because the showrunners don't want us to see what Kenny's really doing behind the scenes.
He's playing his little game behind the scenes. I agree with that.
He very well could be doing that. And another thought actually just occurred to me, kind of backtracking a little bit to like Susanna's motives and Aiden's conversation with her. Aiden had some really good points. He was like, "Why are you doing this? We have some good things going on right now. The Vampire Nation right now in Boston has a truce with the werewolves, which we don't see very many werewolves, by the way, but they have a truce with the werewolves. They didn't just have live blood there, not people that they were killing. They had bagged blood too." So they were like diversifying, you know?
Yeah.
They weren't just like, oh, we're going to drink and consume people's blood and we're just going to take what we want. No. Kenny is running the place pretty smoothly, and he's making it more hip too with his cool club atmosphere in the blood den.
Very different, very more modern kind of twist to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, now we do see wolves running around.
That's right. And let's go ahead and let's actually talk about the wolf baby now. All right. So let's talk about the wolves. All right. So Josh, he's running. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do a quick jog, you know, to get over Kenny being alive. Right. He wasn't very happy about that.
Oh yeah, because Aiden tells Nora and Josh.
Yeah.
What's really going, like, he's still alive, he's still there.
Yeah, and Nora totally, like, I think she's such a turnaround from last season. She's a lot more forgiving this season.
Yeah.
And Josh is more angry. But yeah, so he smells
the angry wolf in him. He's not allowing anything to, like, pass him, you know? He's just, like, ready to attack.
Yeah, or touch Nora or anything.
Yeah. Very territorial. Mm-hmm. Even when he was, like, Kenny was extending his hand. Did Josh shake his hand? I don't even remember that.
He wasn't even looking at him at all. But there was a little part where he kind of just like barely like looked at him, but he didn't want him there.
Yeah, he probably wanted to bare his fangs and like turn his eyes yellow and go after
That's
Kenny.
why didn't he say that after? I'm gonna go for a jog now, guys.
Yeah.
I'll think about it on the jog. I'll think about forgiving you after drinking my wife's blood. Yeah, but so he ends up going on that run and he smells this woman who's pregnant, and I didn't think she would be a wolf right away. Oh my gosh, that was out of nowhere. Well, I just thought
maybe, you know, because he is a wolf, he could smell other wolves. You know how they do that? So I kind of thought as soon as he turned to the girl and he, like, stared at her, I was like, okay, he's able to, like, smell something in her. Maybe the baby. And it was. It turns out.
But can they smell when they're human? Because I've never seen that before on the show. I know when they're wolves, they could see other wolves, but, like... Right.
You know, I think it could be just because the way Josh is now in his, like, man-wolf form, everything's heightened, so he's able to zero in on things a lot more easily. Even she couldn't tell that he was a wolf. Yeah. And he just straight up went over to her, and he asked her, like, you're a wolf, aren't you? In his, like, in his crazed manner, all, like, uppity, like a dog out on the run.
And she's 3 months pregnant, but huge.
That's right. It's like three times bigger than it should be.
It seems that, like, the development goes a lot faster in, like, when they're wolves, right?
When it's a wolf baby. And it got born by the end of the episode. Fast forward to the end. It gets born, and it is, at first,
really weird.
Everybody treated it really well, right? They're like, oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, the parents reacted surprisingly, like, normal. Yeah. Because Nora, I think, was a little bit hesitant, like, it's a girl.
Like, are you sure you want to look at it?
But they were like, she's perfect. That was...
I mean, I'm sure because the parents, they do touch on the point where... You know, they were talking about how much they wanted a kid for so long, 5 years that they've been trying, and finally, you know, this is the first time it happened, so they're excited and happy, and I don't think they even care.
That's a really good point. I actually completely forgot about them being infertile. So them doing that doesn't matter what they got. They got something. They got some kind of child, and hey, she even transformed after she was born.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting. So I'm wondering if that's gonna be like. How is that going to work? Is the baby going to be turning every time now too, or
maybe when everything's like she gets angry or like nervous or something?
So it's going to be another Josh kind of thing, like human wolf.
See, that's going to be kind of weird if we have something like that going on. It would definitely make it so that we could see the changes a lot more frequently. instead of like, oh, a month later, 3 weeks later, like we had in previous seasons of the show. But I still feel like it's going to be, it is another factor that we're adding into this story, into the story arc. And it's going to be different to see how this wolf baby reacts and how they can teach it to do stuff. Yeah. And how it's going to be different because we've never had a wolf baby on the show
That's
ever.
true.
It might be like more of a shapeshifter kind of. You know how werewolves are forced to kind of
Switch,
wolf
like,
out?
yeah.
She may be able to like control her wolf thing.
Wow.
Well,
Wolf
I see her being more like, kind of like Josh.
Yeah.
Like, she's still going to stay in her human form, but then whenever she's angry, or she'll have that kind of power to turn and attack or defend or protect.
Perhaps through the baby, and Josh was alluding to him teaching the baby some stuff in a kind of a good-mannered, joking way.
Oh, that's right. When he was talking to Nora, right? They were like having a conversation about the baby.
Yeah, at the very end. Oh, you can teach her to ride bikes. I'll teach her not to chase after cars. But I feel like it's actually going to be the reverse. Instead of him teaching her, he's going to observe her and see the way she changes, like maybe for certain reasons. And he's going to kind of put it together, and Nora's going to put it together too. And they're going to be like, whoa, maybe that happens to me. Josh will be like able to control himself in a certain way because he sees her control herself in a certain way too.
Yeah, that's a good.
I
Good
could see
thought.
that happening.
Perhaps. A little early prediction out there. Yeah. Anything else on the wolf baby? Any other thoughts?
I think that was it.
All right. Well, Sally visits the Little Smokie girl's house. They found out where she lived in Brooklyn, which is actually one of the few times that we get to see anybody travel outside Boston, really.
Yeah.
And we get to see Zoe.
Zoe comes back.
It's been a while since we've seen that girl. She wasn't around the whole previous season.
No.
I didn't think she was going to come back at all.
Actually, no, she was around. That's right. She was around, obviously, because Nick was a zombie.
In the beginning,
beginning, that's right. So she was there for like 3 episodes or something, right? Mm-hmm. And then
she left, yeah.
Yeah, man, it just felt like it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's probably been like 6 or 7, 8 maybe episodes since we've seen her. But she looked a little different. She kind of looked the same. And then when she got into her outfit, she kind of looked she looked kind of cute, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of cute, but like cheesy at the same time. I didn't like. I thought it was it was kind of cute at first, but then when I saw the full-on shirt, I was like, what the hell is that thing? It looked kind of like Goodwill.
Goodwill, all right.
A little secondhand store action there.
But no, I mean, I'm happy that she's back, but she's definitely still very not liking Sally at all. So very bitter, very mad of the whole situation that happened, and kind of blaming her for her relationship now, like her choice in relationship, right?
I don't think she blamed her in her choice for a relationship. I feel, well, yeah, actually she did a little bit.
Kind of, it was kind of like a, you messed my situation up, so now it's kind of like I don't even know what I want to do, so now I'm trying this, and I don't even know if this is what I really want.
She seems very protective, she doesn't want to be near, guarded near Sally because she feels that Sally, everything she touches, she messes up.
Yeah.
So we find out like Zoe's a lesbian now.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess, hey, I mean, if
and
you
it's pretty interesting. I mean, they're trying to they're bringing another kind of relationship in being human. So it's kind of like it's cool to see it.
It's like Josh's sister.
That's right. That's right. I remember that now.
But so she didn't want to tell Sally because she didn't want to mess that relationship up.
Yeah.
But she she wanted to help find Lil Smokie to protect her from Sally.
Yeah.
Because we find out Lil Smokie's still alive and an older lady now with kids.
So the Lil Smokie's name was supposedly Beatrice, right? And she has a child that looks just like she did when she was younger, which is kind of fun. Or was it her? Was that her? I think that was her. Maybe that was her grandmother.
I think that was her.
Was that her? Was that? Oh yeah, that was
like
her.
Yeah.
That's right. That was her.
I was trying to understand. So, you know what? I totally forgot.
Sally?
I had like a brain
Zoe?
fart.
Sally?
I was like, what was I thinking? And the thought just went in. And I was like, wait, what was I gonna say? But
well, let's go on, and maybe you can think about it.
I'm sure it'll come back.
Well, I'm bringing up my point. So they go in there. Zoe starts interviewing the older Beatrice, and trying to extract some info about the house. And even Beatrice is suspicious. Like, wait, why would you be asking that? You're a historian. That's such a weird thing to ask. And About that scene, I thought it was hilarious. I missed Sally doing that kind of stuff, like being in the room with someone who could see her, and the other person's talking to someone who can't, and she's just like, "Oh, tell her this, tell her that, tell her this, tell her that," and it just made the dynamic so funny and awkward. At
Just
the
like
same
messing
time.
with everybody all the time, just trying to like push Zoe to the limit. But oh, I guess that's what I was gonna say. So Zoe, how was she trying to protect the family from Sally? What does she mean by that?
Just I think to find out that they're normal and okay, and I don't know, as long as they're like I guess maybe so she knows where they live and everything. So before Sally finds out about them.
Yeah, because I was kind of like confused when Zoe tells Sally like, "I'm trying to protect them from you," but then I'm thinking, why would you then go to that house to, you know, show Sally that they do live there and have a conversation with them and be inside of their house? You know, I don't know.
I think she knows Sally, if she didn't get her help, she was going to snoop anyways and maybe mess it up herself. So that's why Zoe's like, I'll help you.
Maybe kind of to like, okay, see, we got the information we wanted. There's nothing to see. Okay, let's go now.
That's it. Get rid of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What if Sally? Okay, check this out. So we got to see. Let's fast forward a little bit to the end of those scenes. So we see the Lil Smokie Jr., as Sally dubbed her, is looking out the window suspiciously at Zoe.
Creepily.
Creepily, even
scary.
another step beyond suspicious, creepy status. So she's looking out the window. What if she can see Sally? What if she was she realized,
Pretending?
yeah, and she was pretending, and she realized that Sally was a ghost by what was going on, or maybe she kind of sensed it because she's got some kind of powers, and what if that girl is not in fact a girl? She could very well be something else, and we're just going to find out later on. We did see in kind of near the end of the episode where Beatrice opens up the photo even further, and
It's the same girl.
that
standing
same
there.
girl, yeah, that same girl is in the window though, and it looks just like her. They're like mirror images of each other. So what do you guys think is going on there?
Maybe that's a good idea, but why would she answer the door if she was like a ghost or something, or like not a real person?
Yeah,
That's the weird thing about it.
that's a good point.
But I think it's a possibility that maybe she's like a witch or something. I don't know, but it's weird. There's something about they're hiding something. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's why they had that picture.
They're absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
hiding
the
something.
girl, because she was part of the whole, you know, if it is her, the girl that, you know, Little Smokie, the grown up now, the lady in the house, she must have some kind of powers. You know, she must be she must have something. I really don't know. I'm kind of like not sure what that meant or what's gonna happen. But
Can witches see ghosts though? Can all witches?
well, Donna was a witch.
yeah,
Wasn't
but she was like a super powerful, like a sorcerer, you know. But
Yeah.
can like,
Maybe.
but well, I
I
guess
think they
this,
can.
yeah. So maybe they did see Sally. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
thinking that too, because they have to be witches or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
so
I-
lost about that scene.
I need more.
Yeah.
They gave us very little. We need more to explore what Beatrice and what her family is, what their characters are,
It was
and
definitely like a connecting episode, like just starting stuff. I
yeah,
feel like,
Yeah.
because nothing is.
they're giving us a little bud of a flower. You
Yeah.
know, it's just we need it to blossom more for next time. Well, I think that about does it for our topics. Anything else to add? Anything else we didn't cover, ladies? No.
I don't think so.
Well, let's go ahead and
That's
move.
pretty much
I like
it.
Aiden and Nora being buddies now. Side note.
Oh yeah,
I just
that,
like that.
yeah. Before we go into news and gossip, that was actually a really good scene too, with Aiden asking for Nora's help,
Yeah.
and they don't get very many scenes together.
They like hated each other too last season. Well, Nora hated him last season,
Yes.
and it's like a turnaround again.
Yeah.
She's
They have a really good-
changed so much, which I kind of like.
Oh yeah,
But yeah.
she absolutely has. And I remember when we had it was 2 seasons ago, 2 seasons ago when we had Sam Witwer in here. Was it last season? No, it was actually last season when we had him in here. It was he told us, he like teased us. He's like, yeah, me and her, we don't get very many scenes together. Me and Kristen Hager.
Oh, I
But-
remember him
yeah.
bringing that up.
Yeah, but there's going to be some good ones coming up. They're going to be great. And in this season, he still doesn't get that many, but this was a gem of
Yeah.
of a scene, and he was able to show like a really good relationship between them two. And he's asking for her for help, and he doesn't want to ask for help, really. Like, he wants to be like all by himself, control things on his own and take care of things on his own. But now he was just like, okay, I asked her for help, but I'm still gonna just tell the truth anyway. You know what? Screw all this trying to pretend to be human. I'm just gonna tell Kat what I really am.
No more lying, you know.
No more lying.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Well, let's move into our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So I know you ladies had a couple of interesting things to bring up. I had a quick one. I was looking at Megan Rath's Instagram, and she had this interesting pic that she tweeted out a few days ago, and she said, "Obsessed with this beautiful earpiece by the super talented at Sasha Sharovsky. Check out her site raw-taste.com." And she has 707 likes on this, and it's a really interesting piece of like ear jewelry she has. I can't even call it an earring because this thing, look at that thing. That's not a ring.
I saw it. I thought it was a joke at first because I thought it was a piece of paper or something. I feel bad, but then she like showed more like jewelry by that person.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Well, you know, new things coming up nowadays.
Yeah.
Crazy new things.
New trends.
If you were going to describe this, how would you describe it to our listeners right now? You two ladies, since you're down on the fashion.
Well, it's definitely an earpiece.
Not one that you put in your ear.
Not a regular one. It kind of covers the whole ear.
Or the
And
whole
it has
bottom
like
half.
a
I think
fashion
most of them.
little glittery.
Somebody commented, I think, on that, saying it looks like something about Mary or something.
Aw,
I was like,
man.
oh, that's mean, but kind of true.
Looks like some spooge, some really crusty spooge. No, but to me, it looks like a bone knife or something, and it's like hanging on her ear. It takes up most of her ear, and it looks like it must clip on in some way. But it looks really neat. It's very different, and it makes her almost look like she's from an alien planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also is wearing, in that same picture that I'm looking at, she's also wearing another piece of jewelry from her friend's jewelry line, which is it's like a really thin gold choker, and it goes around her neck like kind of gently snug, but then it comes down and it goes down like down her shirt, down her blouse, and pretty low. But it's a really cool piece of jewelry. I like that.
I like that one better.
That one's more contemporary, not so extreme.
Not so like, yeah,
Yeah.
papery or whatever.
But that's some good stuff. Hey, she's helping spread the word about her friend's jewelry line.
Yeah.
You guys should go ahead and check out her friend's website, raw-taste.com. And you ladies have any news and gossip?
Yeah. Do you want to start?
Okay,
Start
well,
off?
at our one of our followers at on our YouTube channel, Ryan Whittleson. Just a little fun fact about Sam Huntington and Megan Rath appeared together in the film 3 Night Stand with Emmanuel Cherokee, and were at the Sundance this year together.
Yeah, it was actually at Slam Dance though.
Okay.
I found out, yeah. And actually Megan Rath co-produced it. I found out too, which is
wow.
pretty cool. I guess Sam, it's about as IMDb says, it's a married couple's romantic weekend is turned upside down when the husband's ex-girlfriend, a woman he's secretly obsessed with, is running the ski lodge that they're staying at. And it premiered at Slam Dance I guess 8 days ago or something.
Oh, sounds pretty interesting. Makes me want to go watch it.
Yeah, so I guess Sam's like the husband. I'm not sure if Megan's I think she's the wife, the way like the picture is. But yeah.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in checking it out.
I want to see it.
You know what? They're very close. They love doing things together. I love it.
right.
I actually also saw on if you guys aren't following the cast in Facebook, Being Human. They actually do have like a little talk show, and they have they talk about like a couple of episodes, and you kind of get to see their dynamic and how they like interact, and
Yeah, it's
they're
cool.
very silly together. So I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, didn't you say that there was something when we were talking off air? You're talking about there are these pictures, and I think I saw them too. There were tweets on Megan, like either Sam Witwer or one of the other cast members, Sam Huntington, Megan Rath's Twitter accounts, and there's pictures of them with like they're like placing their heads on the other person's body.
So
What's that?
I guess what they were doing, they were kind of just being silly with each other, and the host was asking like, oh, you know, what's been one of the funnest things you guys have done? And they were all like, oh yeah, the face on another body's person or whatever, and you're kind of like, what? So they started like, I guess, Sam Woodward gets on his knees and then kind of covers his head with a pillow, and then you see Megan Rath like coming in, so you kind of see both the head of her into like Sam Woodward's body. So it's pretty funny. They're very
funny.
silly together.
Yeah.
And I think in their captions on the Twit pics, they even say something like Meg am Rathwer or something like that. They totally like mix their names up.
I'm curious. I want to see the picture since I saw them
Yeah.
playing it off like on the on the little talk shows. So I'm
Yeah.
curious to see how they look on pictures.
Cool.
It'd be cool to check it out.
Well, I have a fun, like, kind of fact, newsy thing about Susanna. She was actually a werewolf before. Fun fact. Actually,
Alright.
the actress Catherine Isabel played a teenage werewolf in Ginger Snaps, and Ginger Snaps back. There were these, like, early 2000s movies.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I think that was really funny.
Oh, neat.
She
So,
likes trying different costumes, huh?
Yeah.
so she's a vampire now. She was a werewolf before. Wow.
What's next? A ghost?
What's next? Exactly. Or a witch.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see her more being a witch.
Yeah. And Megan and Sam Witwer actually did an Entertainment Weekly, like a 4-minute interview together, and they were just asking silly questions like, "Who was your first crush?" And Megan said Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey, me too.
You girls. So predictable.
She said she actually lied to her swim team, saying that she went to LA and kissed him.
Oh,
But she
wow.
didn't, like, they actually asked her parents, and her parents were like, no, she didn't. So it lasted like 2 weeks. And then Sam's was Princess Leia. Kind of no
Oh,
surprise.
yeah, of course. He is
Yeah.
in love with
Such
anything
a
Star Wars.
romantic.
But it's a really cute interview. They, like, ask silly questions like that. It's on
Where was this at?
Entertainment Weekly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet if Megan Rath wanted to kiss JTT right now, she could probably fly over here and find him and kiss him.
Yeah.
She's got that kind of clout now.
I know.
Cool.
Well, I think that about does it for our news and gossip. Let's move into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh, I got a couple, maybe 2 or 3 that I
Ditto.
can throw in there. So, we're gonna find out more about Lil Smokie, or Beatrice's granddaughter, daughter, whatever she is, and I feel like she is a witch, but she's a younger witch, or maybe she's just absorbed so much that she's staying at that really youthful stage and she wants to stay that way. She's maybe developed some kind of symbiotic relationship with that family's lineage, and she just sucks their energy every now and then so she can maintain her youthful appearance. I also feel like Kat will be very scared next time with Aiden's appearance of his black eyes and his teeth, but I think in the same episode, maybe towards the end of the episode, she's going to get over it and she's going to accept him, and then she's going to talk to Josh and Nora and everybody's going to be okay. What are you guys? She's going to probably ask them, are you vampires too? Lastly, I feel like Aiden's flashback next time is going to be very entertaining, and we're going to see a darker side of him. Since we got to see a little bit of it in the teaser, I think it's going to be really dark. A very big contrast to how he is now, with being such a, oh, I'm on the wagon right now, and I'm not going to hurt anybody.
But he even said he might fall again to Susanna, remember?
That's true.
Yeah.
He was being honest to himself.
Well, I think that Susanna's going to come back with a vengeance. I think she's going to tear some stuff up, Kenny's going to... He's better watch out. I don't know what she's going to do, though, but maybe... I don't know if she's going to try and kill Sam... not Sam, but Adrian...
Aiden.
Aiden.
I did that last time,
Well,
too.
Yeah. I think also the wolf baby is going to grow up quicker since she gave birth only at 3 months. I think she's going to age faster. I'm not sure if there's going to be a time where she stops aging, hopefully, but I think she's going to age faster. And I had this really, crazy prediction with the Beatrice thing. I don't know, it's kind of, far-fetched. But have you ever seen The Skeleton Key?
No.
I have, but I don't, somewhat.
It's like these kind of voodoo witches steal these younger girls' bodies, and live inside of them and like switch, like, so the older person gets inside the younger, like inside Kate Hudson, and Kate Hudson gets inside the older person. So I think maybe like when they stabbed her, like Lil Smokie, maybe they like went into her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's
So
like
maybe those
far-fetched.
like 4 or 6 witches, whoever was surrounding her during that vision.
One of them got that.
One of them, maybe all of them.
That'd be kind of weird though with all 4, but maybe.
She could. Hey,
I
they
don't
could.
know.
There, just like Josh said this episode, it's like, hey, I stopped worrying about all those rules and weird things, and it just happens.
Yeah, all bets are off.
Well, I predict that I could see the relationship for the new little baby Wolfie. I could see a really strong relationship between him and Nora and Josh. I could see them. Her. I could see them being kind of like adopted parents in a way, like taking care of him, learning from him. I could see that growing.
Her.
You're just gonna keep hopping.
It's a girl.
Yeah, like let me kind of. And then I feel that Kat's gonna learn to accept Aiden for who he is, and it's gonna take. She's gonna get scared next episode. I feel she's totally gonna. She's gonna faint. She's gonna scream, whatever. But she's gonna end up accepting him because I could see a really strong relationship compared to the past relationships that we'd seen Aiden in. Mm-hmm. So
And love overcomes all, right?
Yes,
Yes, it does.
it's gonna work.
Love is the most powerful magic.
It's gonna be her Nora, his Nora.
Aw,
Maybe.
that's true. Yeah.
That's gonna be good. I really like them together.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable to see them, even when it was just a dream. Them being together in the bed, all sweaty. It was very.
I
It was
think somebody
arousing.
enjoyed it.
It was very nice. And even when she turned into a vampire too, that was pretty cool. I
Like
enjoyed
it seemed she
seeing
was into it. Like she enjoyed being a vampire.
Oh, yeah. Surely she did. Well, anyway, you guys, that about does it here for us at AfterBuzz TV's Being Human After Show. Be sure to join us again next week, where we're going to talk about Episode 5's recap and our predictions and such. Until then, go ahead and give me a follow at Sean Austin O on Twitter and Instagram. And you can follow these lovely ladies at...
My name's Kelly, if you forgot, and I'm at Holly Weirdo on Twitter and Instagram too.
And you can find me on Instagram at Laura487.
Thanks so much, guys. We'll buzz with you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.